Okay, if you don't live in a cave, you've probably heard the Shams Charania report about Giannis and the Knicks. But in case you haven't, let me sum it up for you. According to Shams Charania, Giannis has made the decision that if he's ever leaving Milwaukee, that's important, he wanted to play for the New York Knicks. So, of course, a lot of people is talking about how this trade could happen. And I think it just can't. And let me explain why. I don't think there's a single offer the Knicks could make that would make the Bucks even think about it. And this is kind of proof due to the fact that, according to Shams, there were already conversations between both teams in the off-season. And those conversations were pretty short because the Knicks' offer weren't even close to match the Bucks' expectations. Why is that? Well, that's probably because the Knicks don't have the assets to pull off a trade like this. First, they don't have first-round picks. Like, they have, but they cannot trade them. They can swap a few picks, but that doesn't make any sense because they are already a pretty good team, and if you add Giannis to that squad, they're basically a lock in for a top 3 spot in the league. That means their pick is going to be worse than yours, so you are never going to swap the picks, and that means you basically would just trade Giannis for no picks. But okay, let's say picks aren't the whole story, which I think is sort of true. People sometimes get obsessed about the picks, like after the Rudy Gobert trade, people were like, oh my god, you traded 5 first-round picks for Gobert, now you have to trade 7, 8 picks for Giannis. But I think you shouldn't get obsessed with that and you should prioritize quality over quantity. Like, I would rather trade Giannis for 2 top 5 picks than for 7 picks that are in the late 20s, you know what I mean? After all, picks are just a way to retool your roster after your superstar gets traded, and the other way to retool your roster would be a promising young player. Someone that looks like a future star that you could build a championship team around. The problem is the Knicks don't have that player either. The best thing the Knicks could offer would be something like Karl Anthony Towns and, I don't know, a few salary fillers, like you could try to talk yourself into Kodak or Miles McBride, but it's not a trade that gives the Bucks anything to retool the roster and start a new project. So why would they even think about this? It could also be something like Josh Hart and OG Anunoby, which were at the same point, like you just got 2 worse players that you are not going to get a lot in exchange in case you trade them, that they also don't really help you to build a new team. So I don't think it doesn't make any sense. This doesn't mean the Knicks couldn't get Giannis in a 3-way or 4-way or whatever way trade, but I think that's pretty hard to pull off too. Remember, the Knicks don't have first round pick trades and they don't have promising future stars, so the other team or teams would have to put all the draft capital on the table or all the young players on the table, but they wouldn't be getting Giannis, you know? Like, I've seen some mock trades where there's a 3-way team and the other team is getting Karl Anthony Towns, the Knicks are getting Giannis, and the Bucks would be getting a bunch of first round picks and the other players in the mix. But then why would the other team do that? Like, it means you are creating a Giannis trade package, but you're not getting Giannis, you're getting Cat, which I think it's absurd. I don't know, this just feels too complicated for me. Like, I'm not going to say this is not going to happen because this is the freaking NBA and we can see everything could happen. Like, if you would have told me a few months ago that Miles Turner was going to be on the Bucks and Damian Lillard on the Blazers right now, I probably would have called you crazy. And this is the world we're doing in, so I'm not gonna say for sure it cannot happen, but it sure looks like super complicated. That applies for almost every Giannis trade out there, but this one feels more outlandish. There are some others that I can see happening if Giannis asks out. Like, there are teams that are already good and would want to trade for Giannis and also have some picks or some young players, I don't know, maybe the Houston Rockets or whatever. Like, those teams exist, those teams could make a push, and if you are the Bucks and you're forced to trade Giannis, you have to make the move. But as things are right now, I can't see another franchise making an offer that is really tempting for the Bucks, and even if Giannis ask to be traded, I cannot see a world where the New York Knicks can make an offer that force John Horst to do the trade. But what do you think? What do you think about all these rumors? Do you think there is a real possibility that Giannis goes to the Knicks? Do you think he's going to be traded? Do you think he's not? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe if you want YouTube to notify you when I upload more Bucks content. Regular season is going to start soon and I'm going to be doing it all. So thanks for watching and see you soon.